Yo, what's good, Josh? Your boy 52 Games here. Welcome back to another Warframe video. Alright, guys, so today I'm gonna be showing you guys my Chroma, well, my undead Chroma build. No. The thing about Chroma, he has lots of things to work with, but you can either go a gun platform or a melee platform. I just love using Chroma as a melee platform just because he is one of the tankiest dragons alive. You know, toothless, could never. Alright, now, if you guys are just now tuning in for the first time and want to see more Warframe content like this, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button because it's about to get good, baby. Okay, alright, let's go ahead and get into Chroma's abilities. Now, Chroma's passive wing sprout, so he just gets 2 double jumps. So he gets a triple jump, which is pretty nice. Now, just to keep your mobility going, but is not all that impressive. There's a lot more Warframes with better passives, not gonna lie.
You're a victim.
There we go, CSI.
But hey, he's already strong as it is. Now we have Spectral Scream. Exhale a deep breath of elemental destruction. Tap to cycle through elements. Hold to cast the chosen elements applied to all Chroma's abilities, which is very nice. Now you can cycle between cold damage, heat damage, shock damage, and toxin damage, which is very unique. Now, me personally, I'm not a very big fan of cycling abilities, but I usually stay with shock, but you can also change and keep it permissive if you want to subsume over Spectral Scream. You can definitely, if you want to be like a credit farmer and stuff, you need effigy if you're credit farming, but we're not credit farming. So your emissive color, just like on Equinox, dictates what element will be automatically placed onto Chroma, which is very nice and very cool. So if you ever want to make sure you change your emissive color to match the following: toxin, cold, heat, blah, shock, all that stuff. But I'd say shock and toxin are the most, shock and cold are the most useful when it comes to actual buffing, like with Elemental Ward. Now, Elemental Ward will go more in depth of which one you want to focus on and which one you should focus on. But next we have deepening Chroma's Elemental Ward, deepening depending on
What did he say?
on Chroma's elemental alignment, and offensive area effect is created. Chroma and its nearby allies are imbued with defensive energy. Now, you can scale this with ability strength and duration, which is very nice, and you also can affect the ability range, but that's only for the radius around you, so it will affect enemies. But you can go heat damage, which is nice, set your enemies on fire, also lowering their armor, which is nice, and you also gain 48% health, which is also very nice. And next we have electricity. Now we get an additional 32% shield capacity, status chance, and an 8 times damage multiplier, which also scales with ability strength. Next we have holster damage from toxin, which is hit or miss if you want to go a gun runner. Definitely go that. And you can definitely stack someone. What is that? I think it's like hot swap. You can use the hot swap
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
mod, which is very nice, and running hot swap with toxin will be super crazy, not gonna lie. Probably super fun to use as well. But you get a host damage duration, which scales with ability strength and duration, but your reload speed is absolutely insane along with your 64% status chance. So your status buffer is insane. Now you can go cold with 151% armor, which is insane, but you already gain armor from your Vex armor. Now this scales with ability strength and duration as well, and also radius with how far you can proc this, and your teammates get your good old bonus as well. Now you can run your augment elemental ward just for your allies to leave the area, and they'll have the full duration instead of a partial of the duration. And you also have Vex armor, which is what is it? I'm gonna pop right here. You can run the Vex armor augment, which is not really too crazy, hit or miss. So you don't really need elemental ward. So Chroma augmentless, unless you have a better, unless you have a better ability subsumed on him, it's not really worth it to run any of his augments. His augments aren't really that good, except for the one for effigy, which just helps with like credit multiplying. Now, Chroma turns his pelt into a massive sentry that strengthens nearby allies and engulfs enemy elemental attack. It has 3,000 health and does 320 damage with a 1.5 times crit multiplier, which is super nice. So it doubles your stuff. And you also got a speed increase, but you do lose armor. But you're going to be so freaking tanky, it won't even matter with this build I'm going to show you guys. Now, before anything, let's go ahead and get into the Archon shards, baby. So, for the Archon shards, let's go ahead and get into the Archon shards, baby. So, for the Archon shards, we have 1 for effectiveness of health orbs, which is super nice, and 4 Tile Forge Purple shards for melee damage, since we are a melee build, guys. You need that melee. Alright, let's go ahead and show you guys the build. Now, I am unranked just because I do plan on switching some things around, just because I just want to be more tanky. Now, I have still charged handspring. I'm thinking I'm going prime sure-footed, but not really thinking. We kill things so fast it's crazy. Like the Acolyte stands no chance against our Chroma buddy here. We will eat the Acolyte's hits for breakfast, just how tanky we are. But we have Equilibrium, Prime Vigor, Prime Continuity, Adaptation, Flow, Needless Hatred, Stretch, and Blind Range. Now, I'm going to change out Needless Hatred for either Archon Vitality or regular Vitality or Umbral Fiber. Now, the reason being just because having more armor is just better. You know, because we're sitting at a flat 450% armor, we could absolutely take advantage of that. You know what I mean? So we're definitely going to do that. And next we have Arcane Guardian and Arcane Blessing, just to increase our tankiness, baby. Health tanking out the wazoo, which is so nice. Now you see we have Gloom. Gloom is so nice, but you don't need Gloom. You can just go a damage buffer. So Roar, Zada, whichever one you want to do, whichever you want, you can go. Or you can even go good old Nourish, but you don't need Nourish. You get so much energy back with Equilibrium. Doesn't even matter. Like you kill things so fast, it's not even worth it. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I just have Gloom just because I love slowing enemies. I love seeing them suffer in the slowness. I love seeing them suffer. Galexion Vandal. I don't really use it. I'm just leveling it, to be honest. So it doesn't really matter what weapon you have here. Just throw in primary dexterity. Same for your secondary. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you want. Whatever you want to run, do it. I have secondary dexterity just to buff our melee damage, and I decided to go Chroma Prime, baby, which I love this weapon. Now, now Prime Pressure Point is nice, but I definitely recommend you can take off Prime Pressure Point. Conditional Overload is nice, but at times it doesn't work. Like it takes, like, I don't know, it's super hard. I'm not gonna say it's hard to proc, but it's not as consistent as Prime Pressure Point. So I definitely say you could drop Prime Pressure Point if you get it more, how do you say, consistent. But to be honest, I rather just go Galvanize Elementalist, which is just, you know what I mean, just better. To be honest, Galvanize Elementalist, Conditional Overload is nice, but Galvanize Elementalist is just better, in my opinion. It's just better. It's because it's not consistent, at least for your Incarnate weapons, or this one in particular. Or for me, it has been. I'm seeing the same numbers I was hitting with Prime Pressure Point, but I do see the occasional super high damage number, which is nice, like a 24 mil, 7 mil, 8 mil, you know, blah blah blah. All right, and melee influence, just because it's a must if you're trying to add clear. Now, I do recommend you throw on a mod that gives you much higher electricity, because you want electricity higher than any other status effect on there, just so you want it to be your primary status to be proccing your melee influence. So you'll take off Arctic Strike and you just go to hand and Danny Shocking Touch. It don't really matter. You don't really need much status chance. You hit so fast and hard, it doesn't even matter. Right now, I'm doing a video, and next for the companion, it doesn't matter. But if you just love dealing copious amounts of damage, the Darts of Vat is where to go. So I'm gonna show you my good old Satellizer El Bridge. If you guys ever seen a freezing anime, definitely check it out. But Territorial Aggression, Hunter Recovery, Sharpen Claws, Cat's Eye, Reflect, Bitch, Take Assault, Pack Leader, Duplex Bind, and Free Sense. Now, you're like, this Kavat will stay alive forever. It will never die. Not even joking. This cat will never die. That's why we have no mods boosting its health or anything. It will just never die. So you don't really need anything. Now, but with Arcane Blessing, we're constantly giving it good old goodies. But for the build, we're going Assassin's Posture, just to help us fight those handy dandy Eximus units. And we just like, it's just so nice. I just love destroying enemies with this good old satellites, man. But we have bike, man at the claws, burning, immunity resistant, swipe, 100 energy, rain on claws, and maul. But yes, guys, if you guys have enjoyed today's video and want to see more Warframe content like this, remember, guys, hit that like and let me know if you like my fashion. You know, look, we're like a walking carcass. That's the vibe I was going for, a walking dragon carcass, because we're like undying, you know, super armored up, super hard to kill it. You know, I'm done. I'm out, you guys. Catch you next one. Peace.
I feel like Bruno, but call me Uno, cause I got one of them with me. And I'm a beast, pity, This shit gon' bang, shitty, Gotta put on for my city, Bitch, I keep everything I think I had enough. All this money got me acting up. Niggas be mad as fuck, cause they know I gotta bag it up.